Alright, we're going live. I'm gonna stop baby talking my cat.
Too late!
Never.
Oh
Never
no!
stop baby talking your cat.
They heard you being adorable. So, you knock on Indira's captain's quarters.
Enter.
Always feeling like you're going to see the school teacher to be told off.
Hello.
Hi. Have a seat. I imagine she has like a table and like a few chairs around it.
Mm-hmm.
She
Good
always
setup.
just sits on her bed though.
Yeah. Casual.
Right.
So what do I owe the pleasure?
Me and Gilwyn owe you something, actually.
I don't think you owe me anything. Gil is paying for me to dock my ship.
We had a discussion,
Okay, you're making me nervous.
and we feel guilty. Indira, you are a wonderful person, but you are naive and, how did I put it, idealistic. And we feel as if we may have taken advantage of that.
Are you leaving?
No.
We are apologizing. You are our friend, and we appreciate all the help you have given us so far.
I just don't understand where this is coming from. But thank you. Thank you. I do feel outside of the situation a lot of the time. On my own ship, it's weird, but I wouldn't be without you.
It's getting more and more difficult to let people in on the situation when, I don't know, the only person who's been in every situation so far is this handsome devil, and everybody else has kind of either gone or died.
Well, I can't promise I won't die, but I'll try
Respect,
really hard.
that is a little bit bad taste. If that was a joke.
Apologize. No, I genuinely cannot promise you that I will not die going to do what we have to do to save a race. I can't promise that. I can't promise that I won't die trying to free slaves.
I would like for you to promise that you will not die trying to help my people.
I won't promise that.
Then how can I take you along?
Hope really hard that I don't.
Indira, I would like for you to promise me. You cannot help it if someone kills you, but you can help it to stop from making a silly decision you think will save our lives in exchange for yours. That is something you would do. Gilwyn and I both know that.
I don't like to say words that I don't mean, Vil.
I don't want you to not mean this. I want you to swear this to me. I would not have your death on my hands. Please.
I just... When you think about it, Vale, an entire race versus a pirate, you know?
That is not how I see it.
Why are we talking as if this is, like, actually going to happen?
Right, it's incredibly unlikely.
I agree. But I feel like your selfless attitude makes it more likely.
I can promise that I will not die in vain trying to save your people. I can
seems
promise that I won't make a stupid decision. But if it's the right decision, I'm gonna make that call. I'd be proud to die saving a race of people.
She's got stinky fish.
Sorry, that's not Indira, that's Doxy.
Very well, but when you are considering this, Indira, know that I do not want you to die for this cause. It is not your cause to die for. If my people... Well, you understand.
I feel like this conversation got away from us.
It did. We came in here to apologize for me and him being so close. And,
I don't want you to ever apologize for that.
well, let me finish. Unintentionally kind of making you the third wheel, I suppose. The third sail.
I appreciate it.
You've got a good friend in Serena, that much is obvious.
The very best.
I don't know, what was his name? The gold...
Berenthor.
I don't know if Berenthor's... I mean, he said us three at his back. I don't know if he just meant any three. I don't know if this would have been the same if me and two other randomers were here. I don't know who is important to what, but he's important to me.
Be one of those three, if you'll have me. And if you'll have me, you'll be having Serena.
We're in here because we have you. You'd have to keep saying that. You're part of this group and we're part of this ship.
My ship is gone. It was sank by the Aradian guard force. Not my ship as such, you know. I was not a captain, but it was still my home for a good number of years. Where your ship physically is, it does not matter. How do I explain this? I still have my ship in here, and he pats his chest. And that is where I go, where it takes me. But my ship also happens to have a number of berths, one of which is occupied by Gilwyn, and there's another berth that is occupied by you. There isn't one for Serena right now, I'm afraid. What I'm trying to say is you do not need your ship to feel free or to feel as if you are capable of doing things, Indira. Your ship is merely a tool that allows you to do what you have been doing. But even without it, you would find a way.
My ship is my first piece of property. So forgive me for being a bit sentimental about it, but I think that what you said is really smart. Very wise. And I appreciate it, and this has been really nice.
So, that's it? You're happy? Because it sounds a bit like you're sort of ending the conversation.
I don't know what you want from me. It's hard to be happy when I know that your race is in danger. I'm excited to help.
Why can you not be happy? It doesn't matter. You should be happy still, no matter what. I am happy knowing that at this point I am the last Sun Elf born. And I can still take pleasure in life. And you should too, Indira.
I do take pleasure in life. I take a lot of pleasure in life. And to be fair, I'm happier than I've ever been. There's just always a peril, isn't there?
Gilwyn, I feel as if I haven't said what I wanted to say.
You did a pretty good job.
You think?
I think so. You made a really nice metaphor. That was good. Look,
I've been trying.
look, Indira, Serena told me to ask you about your childhood, so I am asking about your childhood. Let's talk about your childhood.
Okay, so that, like, she looks like she's just been hit. She kind of slinks down and is just like, she did?
Yes.
Oh. What do you want to know?
I'm not quite sure. She just told me to ask.
Okay.
Would it help if we told you of ours first?
No. No, that's okay. And not that I don't want to hear it. I would love to hear about you sometime. Just I'm reeling. All right. I come from slaves. I come from slaves, not the kind that owe debt, but the kind that are owned as property. I come from Goldport. Well, I don't know where I come from, but my first memories are in Goldport. My parents belonged to a lordling, and they were very unkind to us. And she, like, you see her kind of fingering the rags that she wears under her nice clothes. You've never seen her not have them on. And she's just like, I guess technically this is my first piece of property. And you see that it's just like homespun fabric, not nice at all. I just don't really know what all to tell you. When things got bad in Goldport, the wealthy lords decided that they needed to purge the magic users. And I don't remember my parents ever using magic, but I remember that they looked like me. And they were the first to be sacrificed. And I fled. And the only people that showed me any kindness were the mermaids off the coast. And I found Serena, and she had been outcast, and I had been outcast, and we were both different. And I don't ever want anybody to feel the way that I had to feel. I don't want anybody to ever have to be owned. And the ship means a lot to me because with it, I am free. I can go anywhere. I can go anywhere in the world that I want to go. So that's my childhood.
I lost my mum to that as well.
She was a slave?
No, a magic user. Hence me. A magic user. So I can relate in that sense. Not that.
I don't really remember them. Just what they look like. Do you have memories of your mom?
A lot.
I suppose in a way it's easier for me
What?
to not really have anything to miss, right?
I don't think it's about what's easier and harder. We're both without people that we should be with. Hey, this is nice and harrowing, isn't it? Let me go get Serena. I'll stand up and
Indira will like grab a bottle of wine. I'm sure she has like wine, and
You absolutely have some mid-tier wine.
she'll pour 4 goblets and place them on the table.
I'll have called for Serena at this point.
I'm sorry for what happened to your family, Indira.
Thank you, Vale. I'm sorry for whatever is happening to your people. Let's fix it. It's too late for my parents, but not for your people.
As Serena enters, she would obviously understand what conversation has just taken place.
Read the room.
And as she comes in, she would you've seen her use her Fell Whisper message spell a couple of times. She would sort of bow her head to the side slightly and like half cover her mouth when using it, but it's obviously like it's like you know that she knows that you're able to see she's casting that. It's just she's being a bit
Going through the effort of pretending.
And Indira would just hear in her head, "I'm sorry, but I thought this was best for you." And then she would come in properly and sit down.
Indira would nod at her.
Well, she wouldn't sit. She would bring up the throne as normal, sit in the throne, and steeple her hands in front of her, but she wouldn't say anything immediately.
Right, so wine and childhoods. Let's have them.
I shall drink to that.
I suppose. My family had high expectations of me. The youngest born of the Sun Elves. I was trained in High Thundral in all the things you would expect. Strategy, how to build armor, how to wear armor, how to wield the sword, prayers up every morning. I did not take to it so well. I used to spend many nights sneaking into Thundral and getting up to mischief. I left after my mother had left and not returned, and I ended up on a boat traveling south where the boat was boarded by pirates. I managed to put up enough of a fight that I wasn't killed on the spot. They recognized some potential in me, and the captain took me on board and raised me. He taught me a lot of different things to the academy. I do not know whether my father is alive or dead. He may well have faded by now. He is old, but he was strong. I'm not very close to him. My mother, he touches the amulet, is gone. Unfortunately, I do not have much left of her. He like taps a bit of his armor. The bow I had were both hers. It is not a desperately sad situation like yours, but I at least... Well, maybe I do not.
I believe that a difference of degree does not affect how much someone can be hurt by something.
It does no good to compare pain. And besides, my tragic road led me to you.
I mean, mine's definitely the worst, and I take a drink.
Serena does actually giggle slightly at that.
So would Indira, and she would take a drink.
Got the girls laughing.
Look, it's very clear there's a pairing here, me and him, and you two lovely ladies. We need to start doing this a bit more. And every time, Vale, you disagree with her, and every time, Indira, you disagree with him, instead of doing this, Vale, just let things go. There's time later to discuss things that have niggled. There's time later to whinge to me, and there's time later for her to compliment you behind your back.
Wait.
We're in this together. We're doing this for you, and I'm not saying that in some sort of you're held accountable way. We're doing this for you because we all love you. Well, Serena might hate you, but I definitely love you. We're a team, and we need to act like a team. We have a fucking boat in a nice room surrounded with hands and weird chairs and nice wine. And horrible backstories.
Okay, wine.
Indira will slam her goblet on the table twice and finish her wine. Pour more.
Well said. But I think there's all one bit we all want to know more about. Who is complimenting me behind my back?
Point at Indira. She does it to everyone.
Why would you not do this to my face?
I suppose I don't know. You're competent.
Serena laughs definitely at the echoing of a word she used to kill.
I am rather competent. This is true. But while I am extremely competent, I do lack in some areas. Believe it or not, I may have some insecurities, and compliments are nice to hear.
Duly noted.
And I feel I have not been very forthcoming with compliments about you recently, Indira. A lot of them have been a little bit cruel. I called you naive and idealistic. Another way of putting that would be selfless and optimistic.
She could be all four. I like grin at her.
Get my daughter on the moon.
No, I'll take it. There are worse flaws to have.
Yes, no one likes an arrogant person, right?
Exactly.
Vale, as I finish my drink.
Mhm.
Actually, Indira,
Hi.
let's have a sword fight.
Oh. Oh, Gil.
No, please do not do this to yourself.
No. I'm I don't want to be a slouch. I need to pick it up, I know that.
I just don't know. And she stands up and draws her rapier. If
You
I
know-
can fight and pray for you at the same time.
Well, we've got two people here, I'm sure, who can pray to very strange gods on my
Wow.
behalf.
Wow, really? Come on, dude. That's really quite offensive.
She sheaths her sword and grabs out practice swords from like wherever. Just like, all right,
They're,
to the
they're
deck.
probably in like an umbrella holder.
Yeah.
It's exactly how I imagine it.
As I follow, I turn around to Vale and be like, in my defense, all gods are weird, and like shift out the door.
All right,
Bells-
so I guess
bells-
we're fighting.
Bale's gonna walk up to Gilwyn beforehand, and he like steps close, and he unsheaths the parrying dagger and hands it to him and says, "You will need this." She comes in with high attacks, very strong, often. She lacks any sort of grace. Her technique is flawed, but it doesn't matter because she will hit you really hard.
I could just see this
I
scene
imagine
with
this
Adira like
conversation-
stretching in the
I
background.
imagine Vale is saying that to Gil, and Serena is just lounging again on another chair she summoned out of the ether
different chair,
behind Indira, and she just says to Indira, "Just do your normal thing and hit him really hard."
All right.
Serena, please, I don't want to kill him.
So I will be judging. There will be no underhanded tactics, no dust in the eyes, no kicking of the elbows, and most certainly no grappling or punching. This is a duel. As such, Gilwyn will also be using a parrying dagger. That is fine. And no of that, where you summon the lightning, not allowed.
Hey, I can't help that if he makes me mad.
You look at Gilwyn holding the parrying dagger in the most like weird. I look at Vale and I'm like,
And then Indira will turn to Gil and be like, so do you want to fight like it's real life or do you want to use his sissy rules?
real life.
Good. And
All
she
right.
tosses you a sword.
Roll initiative.
I'm going to inspire myself. I can't do that.
Oh no!
Wow!
This is great.
We're
Good
hesitant to
lines.
fight each other.
Exactly. Like it's like go and neither of you like properly move. It's like you're waiting for the other one to move first. So there's like little jitters, and Adira doesn't want to hurt Gil, and Gil doesn't want to get hurt.
Nope. Okay.
But Gilwyn does get the first turn.
I'm immediately going to throw my sword at her legs.
Yeah! You give me just give me a regular attack roll.
With a rapier?
Yeah.
Or just... Okay.
Yeah. I'll allow it. And please, Indira, can you give me a dex save?
Sure can.
You're like having this staggering moment. He throws the dagger at you and the rapier at your legs, and it just kind of cuts at you a little bit, but mostly just the kind of surprise makes you move in such an awkward way that you fall down.
Yeah, I feel like she would like fall kind of to her knees and hands a little
Yeah.
bit, and she would look up at him and smile and be like, "Oh, just oh."
I have 2 more swords. And I'll back up like 10 feet.
He just knocks her over and doesn't take advantage.
Indira,
All right. Does it take me a full action to get up?
it's half of your movement. So,
Okay.
assuming that you were like 10 feet apart, because the ship's not very big, at the start, you can still run up to him.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna hit him just with like, as I'm approaching him, I have the sword out by the handle. I flip it up and catch the blade of it, and just jab him in the sternum with the butt of it. And I guess I'm just gonna use like my club.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Because you would also be going easier not to, like, actually hurt him too much.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Roll damage, if that hits. I don't know if that hits. Ask Gilwin.
That hits.
7 unlethal damage.
And she looks at you and says, "And I still have both legs."
You have 2 attacks, Indira.
I sure do. I don't think she would take it though.
Okay. Gilwin.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at 2nd level.
I wish what you'd done is you'd like judoed it. So as she came in for an attack, you ducked, like got her onto slightly on your shoulder and just thunder waved off the edge of the ship. Splash.
My ship now! Cast Thunderwave. Go ahead, click your Oni. Please give me a Constitution save, Indira.
Ooh,
I also
not
imagine
good.
Vale having to like roll out of the way of the force of energy.
That
That's gonna
fails.
hit. Yeah, it's a fail.
So that's
3d8 thunder damage.
2d8 at
Oops.
2nd level.
Oh. No, 3d8.
2d8 and then 3d8 at...
Oh,
I thought
what level are
said
you casting
2nd
at?
level. Oh no, sorry. Oh wait, no. Ignore me. I'm being an idiot.
It does say 2d8 for me.
Yeah, but it is Thunderwave's by default at 1st level. It's just because it's saying evocation 2. Yeah, it's 3d8. I'm an idiot.
16 thunder damage as you cast the spell, and there's just burst of air and magic, and all the ropes and riggings creak and make that sort of twanging noise. Everything's launched away.
I will...
And
Run
Indira is also pushed, knocked away.
I will run 30 feet back.
You
If
don't
the
have
ship's
30
that
feet
big.
back.
Okay.
Well, you could run up the helm.
I will do that.
Okay, you have nowhere else to run. Unless you want to get on, like, the... Actually, I never really thought about it. I was actually looking at the layout of this ship today. You actually have a kind of, like, backmast. You can kind of walk across a little bit. So there is one place left to run. It's a tightrope walk.
I'm getting further than 20 feet away from it.
Indira.
I'm gonna Misty Step onto his back.
Please
And
give me
then-
an athletics roll for that.
Okay.
To, like, actually grab him.
Ooh.
Versus,
Oh, come on.
Serious?
Come
versus
on!
Gilwin's athletics or acrobatics. The one time he
me.
rolls well. Yeah.
Ah, man, it was gonna be so cool. All right. Then I will. Did I land above him or under him
You
or?
land on, like, with him, but he just manages to fumble out of the way enough to not get like wrapped up in your arms.
Okay. So I'm like he's climbing, right?
No, he's just like at the back of the helm, like trying to make space, I guess.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hit him in the back with the club again.
So we're like at the end of the ship. And she teleported behind me.
At this point, you caught her, so you're just kind of face to face. But
Okay.
yeah. She would be able to knock you off the edge of the ship. You would both be able to knock each other off the edge of the ship because you could just like spin each other around.
I'm gonna club him like towards the inside of the ship.
I wanted to cutting words it, but I was talking to Ollie.
You can do that still.
Thank you.
It's a casual spar.
That does not help.
You try to open your mouth and you get beat in the mouth.
What did you say to her?
I started to say, miss me, but you hit me in the face before I could get out the second miss me.
Miss me, miss.
That's 16 damage altogether, my dude.
Oh.
And
Minus
she'll be
6.
like, hit you.
Mr. Gilwin.
I'm
How
gonna
you want a
cast.
sword fight, by the way.
I'm gonna cast Shatter in between both of us.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Thunderwave. Why would I do Shatter? I'm doing Thunderwave again. Don't know why I said Shatter.
Could have done
Second.
Shadow.
Second level again. Whoops. There you go.
So,
Okey-dokey.
Constitution save again?
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow, your rolls are awful.
She really doesn't want to hurt him.
I also imagine because he kind of knows how you'll fight, and you're being a little slower. I mean, Indira's actually quite slow moving. She's just like a fucking villain. She just doesn't stop. Like you can
Mr. X.
literally cast it below her feet and like send her tumbling.
The intention is to send her off the ship.
Okay. Considering that's a critical like fumble, you send her off the ship with no fanfare. Maybe a yelp.
I don't get to do like an athletics save or anything?
Considering
There's a
you rolled a
critical
1, no.
Okay.
I usually would.
I'll
But-
just raise
So-
my arms and turn to Vale.
But on your
Serena.
turn,
Serena is just laughing in the background, still lounging on her throne.
it's your turn, because you can swim. And I imagine you're doing this while the ship is, anchored for the night.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
she
literally
would
just climb up the side of the ship back to him with an
That's
athletics.
what she would do, and she would try to grapple him as he's like this at Vale to pull him into the water.
First, give me an athletics to climb up.
Okay.
Easy. You've climbed up. You've done this a gazillion times. Give me another one to grapple him and throw him under. And this is contested. So give me
Contested.
one gil.
I swear to God, if you roll an at 20 right now, I'm gonna be so upset.
On an athletics.
Such a better
probably
fighter than
not.
you. Why is this happening?
Gil, she climbs up the side of the ship as you're celebrating. Is going to try and knock you off. What do you do? I'll let Dean decide.
She's trying to grab me and knock me off.
Yeah, she's trying to pull
Pull you off.
Yeah.
With her, she was gonna grab you and pull you.
Yeah,
into the
exactly. Well, that was exactly what I was imagining too.
I will definitely swipe my hands like this to like push her hands away and go, what the? And if I can, because it was a crit, I don't know, push her back off.
Considering, I will let Doxy roll a dex save and we can decide based on that. But I imagine that
I fucking
that
God.
display confuses Indira so much. It's such a dumb thing to do that you could just like boot her off and she just tumbles off the side of the ship again.
You hear Serena's laughter get even louder.
You could hear it carry through the water. The loud. And now it's actually Gilwin's turn. If you want to keep fighting.
Yeah, I do. Um,
Dive off the ship. I dare you. I dare
No
you.
rules, use the pistol.
I'm not gonna shoot her.
Let's spar with guns.
I just wanted to be climbing up.
Vote to be
next to him,
fair,
Climb
you-
up, and he's there, like.
For the
Good night.
record, those thunder waves would have killed a regular human, to be fair. So, let's spar with guns is kind of relevant when you're using
Several
magic.
regular humans at this point.
You would have killed 3 humans of magic. Word.
Thunderwave at 3rd level.
Like, on her.
Pound into the water. This is just like allegory.
Yeah, I suppose you
Not
could make it a
allegory.
cube. Yeah.
This is just metaphor for
Half
Doxy
damage.
getting pounded.
She keeps trying to
That
save
sounds more
face.
fun than this.
You'll also be rolling Constitution saves then.
Wow.
So that's halved to 7 damage.
Okay.
Because you did save. He's trying to like cast it at you off the edge of the ship, but of course you fell into the water quite a bit, so you're only really hit by like the residual shockwave that's reduced by the water. And do you want to move or do anything, Mr. Gilwin?
I'll cast Healing Word and rub myself and go, oh, look at me all dry. I'll cast it at 3rd level.
Indira, it's your turn. Back off the side
Alright.
of the ship.
Back up the ship we go.
Easy.
And while he's making a display of himself, I'm gonna try the same thing.
Cutting words. Oh, never mind.
You can't cut words.
You're
It's
gonna have
skill
to
check.
contest it.
You can do it, I believe. Just roll another nay. 20, not a 1.
There it is.
That's more like it.
As he gloats, you can finally. Do you want to throw him off with you? At this point, you can just throw him off on his own.
No, I pull him back. He can't swim for shit. I'm not gonna let him drown.
That's true. You just can grab him, tumble back into the water with him. Probably a slightly involuntary yelp from old Gil.
Wilhelm
She's gonna be
scream.
noogieing him the whole
Especially
way
as
down.
the cold water hits. Are you two
It
gonna
gets
keep
cold water
sparring,
shot.
or is that an end to it?
You're getting noogied.
I'm getting nuggied in the water.
1 point of
On,
damage.
on the way down, and then while we're in the 1 point of damage. 1 point of shame damage.
Psychic damage.
One
exactly.
psychic damage. It's up to you two.
I think I used my turn, didn't I?
No, I know. It's whether you're gonna keep sparring now, or if that they're in the water. You're both in the water. Could be an end to it. It's up to you though. I mean, it's up to Gil really. It's his turn.
Yeah, I would probably, now that I'm in the water and cold and wet, I would probably just like backpedal away
You're like,
and be like, okay.
I have you grappled, my dude.
Okay, then I would cast Shatter.
You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna die.
That's your own fault for grappling me, innit?
I would like
What
to
do I
point
roll?
out that a Constitution save, that magic cannot do non-lethal damage. Just a side note.
Don't worry about it.
Half damage.
Deer is made of obsidian. Disadvantage on Constitution.
All right, so you take half of that, 6. And considering you're grappled, you would have to take that too, Gil.
Okay.
Does it make me drop him? Does it make me let go of him?
No. No. You've
just-
held on
he
to
just
worse. It
screams
just
at you.
hurts. Gilwin casts Screech.
And Splash.
What would you do in retaliation as he thrashes and casts spells all over the place?
I think she would squeeze his arms to his side and be like, "Give up." Just treading water with him, like their top halves are out of the water, and she's just like,
Holding him up.
"Yeah."
Okay.
Is it just? Don't you have to like recheck your grapple every turn?
Only if someone's contesting it.
Okay.
So you didn't contest it because you were focused more on casting a spell.
So.
Yeah. She tries it. She's like, give up. It's your turn. It's cold. Serena is still laughing.
I'm
She would
gonna
be 100% giving you better mice, by the way. 100%.
casting Charm Person.
You never charm the party. Wisdom save, please.
Do
Oh
they
no,
have?
Doxy
Sadly.
with Dave.
Do they have? Do the
You
actual?
you do
they
have
fail?
advantage.
I have
on this
advantage?
save. Yeah.
Okay.
For your race. What's your DC, Mr. Dean?
15.
Oh!
I don't know what that means. Do I
You
lose?
pass. You pass.
Okay.
Fuck.
She's already charmed, dude.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
like
but-
cast charming magic and you see, but then like you're trying to cast the spell. Well, at first you don't have your musical instrument, so you have to sing the noise out. And two, you then realize she's giving you bedroom eyes, like just before you make the last note. Like you're like, oh.
I guess at that point, because I'm physically outnumbered, I would just be like, I'd just turn into like just a floppy dick in her arms. I wouldn't care anymore.
Just bleh. I get you. Give up.
Say it. Say I win.
I win.
Say I win. Say Indira wins.
I never wins.
Say Indira wins. Say Indira wins and meet it, and I will pull you back on the ship.
I'm gonna say Indira wins, but I mean Ilwyn wins. Okay. Indira wins.
And then I think with one fell swoop, she would put him on her back and climb back up the ship.
Yeah, effortlessly. You don't need to roll or whatever. Drop him back onto the deck, soaking wet, the Yeti fur coated in,
Ugh.
saturated
Oh,
in
God,
water.
yeah.
Now it is a waterproof suit, but now it's waterlogged, so it doesn't really work. You watch that whole display.
That was a shit show.
What are you talking about? That was deft.
It certainly wasn't a sword fight.
Certainly something.
I threw a sword at you.
I agree with Serena on this one. It was something.
I think I won that exchange, and I like limp back to back to the room to get my glass of wine.
Soaking wet comes out of a glass of wine like a wet dog.
like literally, there's just like a puddle in Indira's room that she's gonna walk in later and be like, "Oh."
There's usually a puddle in her room, to be fair. It's a boat. Like,
Your boat has holes in it.
no, but... Well, yeah, actually. Serena's been fixing them, but boats are wet.
Yeah,
All
not
of
on the
them.
inside. That's kind of the point
Also,
of the boat.
Well, they get wet on the inside.
It has a
of it,
mermaid and someone who can swim very
I was
like a mermaid.
I
on
was
it.
ready for you to describe when you were going into her room, Serena, for you to like lounge on her bed, and I was like, well, now that bed is wet, all because there's no getting that out.
That's probably why I didn't, because Indira had had a go at me once or twice before
exactly.
that.
It's like, ugh. It's like when like your dog or whatever climbs up. You're like, well, I'm not gonna move you, but you shouldn't be doing that. All right. With that, you continue sailing.
Wait, Indira would also grab her wine and then grab Gil's forearm and cheers him and be like, well fought.
I will nod and say, "Well fought." Chug it down, and leave a couple of moments, pause, and then say, "Serena versus Vale for the grand final against me."
And with that, we keep sailing. Can you all give me your sailing rolls again? You don't make it all the way to the river in 1 week, even a good week.
That's what you think. Watch me roll a natty 20. Ah!
close.
Close.
It's good enough. And actually, your navigation was the most important here, the navigating and the captaining. But why? Well, I'll describe that in a couple of minutes. So we're gonna go on break.
Dun.